We are with biologist and aromatherapist Nesrin Erdoğan.
What do you think about adding both essences and aromatherapy products to soap?
I'm also a naturalist, an organic enthusiast, but you need to infuse beautiful aromatic oils into the wax and soap. It won't give it anyway. I've done some experiments too. Maybe turpentine. Among these, turpentine is both more economical and has a sharp scent. It could be possible, but what do we have now? There are such essences. Now here's what we need to pay attention to. Soap. If you pay attention, we call it soap essence. We need to use this soap essence in our regular perfumes. These are more synthetic, you see? And strong. There's no such thing as an ocean scent. They put chemicals into this in the laboratory. They create a completely artistic production. Yes, it's a nice scent.
Like music, my friend? So music notes also create thousands of music pieces.
Whether it's organic matter or synthetic, their chemical compositions are very complex. For example, lavender synthetics are now being made, but it never quite smells like real lavender. We said you've lost it.
Absolutely. I understand directly already. Even in essential oils, it gives the impression that something has been mixed in. Of course, after being in this field for 16 years, you inevitably start to recognize scents as well.
Maybe this soap can be turned into a candle, but if we're going to make a real perfume, by the way, we are in favor of making perfumes that are personalized for each individual. In fact, we tailor our training accordingly. Because, for example, I also look at it astrologically, or by looking at the person's physiological values, like which minerals are lacking. Because it also shows up in their astrological chart. For example, if Mercury is in a suppressed state, that person cannot express themselves comfortably. So here, there are crystals that correspond to the frequency values of Mercury, which we will also talk about, as well as aromatic oils. When we make it specifically for them, at that moment, they're individual. If they have weaknesses, it can elevate them. And if there are excesses, it can bring them down and smooth them out.
At that point, for example, we can also address chakra imbalances, right? So, for example, I also work with chakras in aromatherapy products. We also do it with crystals. And with your work, we can combine all of these and achieve results that harmonize with each other.
There is a chakra in the tulsi. It's working on a more energetic level. Mentally, each ailment has underlying causes. We all have it. We have our deficiencies and we have our excesses. And the moment we combine this with scent, it brings out very synergistic things. 1 effect, 2 effects, 3 effects don't just add up to 3. When you combine the 3 components we call synergy, it results in 10 effects or even 20 effects. We call it sync.
Absolutely, teacher. So for example, I've already prepared products for many clients. First, I ask a question. So, do you have any discomfort? For example, do you have high blood pressure? Because, for example, from hair care oil, pepper essential oil works very, very well for hair care. But pepper essential oil can also raise blood pressure. So, we need to pay attention to these things as well. It is necessary to work individually on a case-by-case basis. Actually, both spiritually and physiologically.
Yes, when it comes to perfume, I actually talked about it in my previous video. This goes back to ancient Egypt. There, they used tubes in the rituals performed in Egypt. They also used it through distillation or by burning. In fact, the word perfume literally means through smoke in Latin. It's also incense. So, incense. The most traditional perfume is actually incense. In the future, we can actually do some work on making natural incense. Of course, you shouldn't believe everything. That's labeled as organic. We also have these synthetic essences. They say it's organic, they say it's natural. It's easy to print a certificate. This is also for our tradesmen. Even if it's the internet selling substances, we can't trust it much. It also addresses religion. As I said, it's a religious system because memory. It's connecting some things from there. The first one is being highlighted. We always take a holistic approach. We're looking at it holistically. What does that mean? There is also a physical dimension. It affects our physiology, our body. It's very important in our religion as well. It has spiritual and energetic properties. Even though these are natural, they can still be allergens, right? Yes.
So the slogan is actually Arman Chalebi's slogan. It's somewhat good.
We actually mentioned it in the previous video. The methods of obtaining these aromatic oils, they can look there. Aromatic oils are good for you. And also in essences. Let's offer some courses related to that. Of course, we will provide more comprehensive and prescribed versions of this in the training sessions.